Welcome back to Mr. Mortgage's Neighborhood. Our last guest of tonight is Rafael Ortiz from EXP up in North Jersey. Rafael, welcome to.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
I appreciate it.
I'm really glad that you came on here because we were talking for a little bit when we were playing Top Golf, and you were like, I don't know if I really do, and I was like, dude, because you're younger.
Yeah.
And I am like super younger entrepreneur, dude. I had a restaurant when I was 18. I love young hustlers, and in my opinion, the younger people I talk to now, I got a bunch of kids, they tend to be less entrepreneurial, you know what I mean? Most of the younger kids that I talk to are like, they want to be corporate, they want to get a job and work on Wall Street, or they want to get a job and work for an advertising firm. So when you said, oh yeah, I'm 22 and I'm doing this, I was like, yes, I gotta get to talk to this guy. So how did you get into real estate, and what was your like main motivator to get in here?
Okay, so I actually took the course when I was 18.
Okay.
My mom's in real estate. She's been in real estate for like the last 3-4 years or so.
Okay.
And she told me, take the course, just try it out. And I wasn't about it. I was only 18, so I was young.
Right.
Took the course, never took the test, nothing. And then, COVID happened and I was just working in retail. And I just got tired of it, dropped out of college, and then I took the course again, passed the exam, and then once I started the whole real estate thing, I just fell in love with it, being my own boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you have the bug now? Are you like, this is it, I'm all in on real estate?
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
So, give me a little bit of the things that you do on your daily basis that kind of get you pumped up. Like, are you a cold caller? Are you a canvasser? Are you a door knocker? How are you drumming up business?
Cold calling.
Cold calling?
Cold calling, yeah. So I'll wake up, normally, my normal schedule is wake up 5:30, go to the gym, read, meditate. I now start cold calling at 9 o'clock, cold call from 9 to 12, maybe take a little break, and then cold call again some more until 2 o'clock.
Dude, I love that, man.
Yeah.
I am so much a wake up at 5 o'clock, go to the gym, meditate and read person. That's impressive that's your answer. Who are you cold calling? Are you calling expires? Are you calling just...
So right now I just circle prospects, so I'll just call a neighborhood. If a house sold in the area, I'll be like, oh hey, a house sold. But now I've actually changed it up. I'm gonna cold call for 3 hours the neighborhoods, and then some days I'll cold call expireds, and then the other days I'll cold call for semi owners.
Okay. And what's been your favorite transaction? Like, what's the one where you're like...
Probably my most recent with Benito.
Okay.
Because when we told him that it was clear to close, the buyer, he started crying on the phone.
I remember that transaction.
And, we had to delay the closing for some things a whole month. So when we finally got the clear to close,
sure,
they were ecstatic.
Yeah.
They were so happy, and just like, it got me emotional too, just like to see how happy they got.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were talking before too, you're closer to the shore kind of areas, so you get like, some of the really bigger properties, second homes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be your target market moving forward, or are you going to stick with the first time home buyers? And
I think just because of my age, I'm going to focus primarily on first time home buyers.
Okay.
Just because, in the next few years, kids my age, they're going to start looking to buy their first houses.
Right, yeah.
So that'll probably, for the time being, definitely be my main focus.
Okay. Now, you work for EXP, and EXP does tend to be one of those technology-centered companies.
Yes.
Was that something that really stood out for you, like the products that they actually offer and the forward-thinking stuff that they have?
Sorta.
Sorta?
I mean, the main thing for me was definitely, the revenue share.
Sure.
Definitely the plan is for me and my mom, down the line, once I grow a lot more, to get people to recruit.
Okay.
And then once they join under us, all the money that we get in the revenue share, that's just going to go to my mom and dad.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, so just to help them when they retire and not have to worry.
Yeah. Dude, that's impressive with that kind
That
of
is
thing.
such a big reason why we joined EXP.
So, I got to ask you about your mom,
Mhm.
because it seems like she's such a big part of your life. What's your favorite thing about your mom? What this?
Her humor.
Okay.
Her humor, her work ethic.
Is she tough?
Oh,
Is she hard on you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. She's a beast.
She's demanding of you?
What do you mean by that?
Like, does she push you? Does she make you achieve stuff, or does she kind of?
Yes, she tries to be very positive about everything, saying,
Okay.
you gotta keep going. I mean, there's definitely times, like, almost at least one time during the day, every day, where I'm like, do I want to keep on doing this because nothing's really happening? And then, my mom and dad, they actually own a commercial cleaning company together for the last 30 years, and they just tell me their story, when they first started, it was really slow, and they had to do a lot on their own, but now, here they are 30 years later, they have a lot of employees working for them.
Nice.
So, she just tries to encourage me with all that.
Now, when you were growing up, did you think that was going to be the path that you went, would be taking over the commercial cleaning store rather than this?
Definitely. I mean, growing up, in high school, I definitely thought like, my dad will retire and I'll just take over for him. But things changed.
Yeah.
Things definitely changed.
What were you going to school for when you stopped going?
The last thing was Spanish teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, I changed a lot.
Okay. Did you start going for business, or was it?
First it started as culinary.
Okay.
And then it switched to business, then to marketing, and then it switched to athletic trainer, then gym teacher, and then I stopped at Spanish teacher.
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, that's what I try to tell. I said it a couple of times. I have a bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm.
I try to tell my daughter, like, whatever you're going to college for now, whatever you're thinking about going to college for, might not be what you do for your life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But like, that's how you learn. Like when I went to community college first before I went to a 4-year university, and I took a bunch of different courses, and even to this day, I went to school to be a teacher. And like my favorite course I ever took in college was geology, because you learn about all the different rocks and the environment and all these different things that are there. So you just never know when you get in there. It's not like high school where it's just like the boring stuff that you have to do. Mm-hmm. You can take all these different electives, and you never know what you're going to find that like sets you on fire. You know what I mean? All right, so let's talk about your little, not your personal life, but your somewhat personal life. What do you do for fun, relaxation, Friday night? You're a younger dude. You're not all work. You can't be all work. What do you do to have fun?
When I'm not working, I play volleyball or coach volleyball.
Okay.
And that's literally it. The coaching volleyball season, coaching club, I was an assistant coach, and that just ended this past weekend. But now going into the summer, starting next week, it's going to be volleyball 3 times a week. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Nice. Are you a setter or a
setter?
You're a setter? Okay.
Yeah. I play beach and indoor.
Okay. I was not expecting that answer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What do you like most about volleyball? Like I played when I was younger. I played a lot, and it was a team sport, but it was still a little bit one-on-one. So I still got to do the one-on-one stuff. What's your favorite thing about that?
I would have to say, I guess just you have to be mentally strong to play volleyball and very aware of things. Yeah. I had to say those things. Okay.
And now you're teaching and you're coaching. What age group are you?
They're 15. 15?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So not a huge age gap there. Was there ever anything where you thought like, man, if I was 5 years older, they would take me more seriously or things would be different?
Probably, yes. I mean, they were awesome, the girls that I was coaching. Like I said, this was actually my first year coaching, so it was definitely a lot more for me learning honestly from them. Because like from leaving high school, so for let's say the last 5 years, I was only playing beach. So this was me getting back into indoor, and I forgot a lot about it. So just like learning from the head coach and then from the girls, like it started all going back in and like me remembering like, oh, this is what we do and certain things. And
it's one of those things where you're doing something, but you're teaching, but you don't realize how much it's actually helping you to go on there and grow.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It is amazing.
All right, here's your question. You wake up tomorrow and you get a phone call that you won $2 million. Yeah. What's the first thing you're spending some money on with your $2 million?
Paying off all my family's debts.
All your family's debts?
All my family. My brothers and my parents. Like the blood. Yeah. The family, for sure.
That is such an awesome answer. Dude, I'm impressed by you.
Thank
you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I hope we do a ton of business. You're going to kill it in the real estate industry.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back next week on Mr. Mortgage's Neighborhood.